I'm Tim Selwood, now an ambassador for the Trust. We had a family company. My father, though, died at the age of 56. We then had to sell the company. I had a share, and that went to buy Furzey Gardens. I was looking at a number of places where I could use this money that had come into my hands for something purposeful and significant. I knew about Furzey Gardens because my brother had the field next door. When I got there, it had gone to sleep. It had been allowed to run wild. And people thought it was madness, to buy it.
So the first 3 or 4 years was a major operation of clearing out all these overgrown areas. You could sort of see trees sticking out the top of these massively overgrown azaleas.
When we came, there was a cast iron range in there, which we took out. And behind it was a bread oven.
And that's still there.
Yeah, it was bricked up when we
Okay.
came. And of course we found a hidden hoard of coins, you know.
Did you?
that?
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah.
When we started replanting back in the 90s and into the 2000s, I really wanted to make sure we kept the rarity value of the garden. So up until then, a lot of the planting was from the 1920s and 30s, these very rare plants coming in from China and Japan.
I went to the Chelsea Flower Show 2010. And I looked at all those show gardens and I thought, God, we could do one of these. Sure we could.
He came back and announced that he thought we should do it. And I sort of took a bit of a gulp and I thought, okay, he probably means one of these small displays. But of course, being Tim, that wasn't what he was thinking of. He was thinking of the major show gardens.
People started getting enthused about this idea. Others were saying, don't be stupid, you've never even done a large flower show, let alone go to the Chelsea Gardens. What are you thinking of? You don't know anything about it.
He'd set his mind upon organising this. And there was a couple of crises saying to Tim, are you sure about this? Have you not got any doubts? And he said, no, I'm absolutely sure, I've got no doubt.
It's a very challenging thing to do. And no concessions were made to the fact that we had a learning disability team.
They went up to London and they lived in a house for 3 weeks, I think it was, and just the memory of them and the people we support scuttling around in the pouring rain.
It virtually rained every day, so we were just falling around in mud. When you have the celebrity day, they were able to hobnob with them, and that was great. It was a great experience for everybody.
A garden created by adults with disabilities, based at a New Forest charity, won a gold medal at the Chelsea Flower Show.
In the end, it paid off really well because we won a gold, which was a fantastic experience for us.
When we got the gold, we said, right, let's get everybody into coaches and get them up there. Get all the gold stuff you can find so we can wave it up there. And we did. We sort of took the show over the next day.
The only person who had any experience was Chris Beachaw, the designer, and he was great. He was the only designer I think that would have worked with us, actually.
We always knew that this project had a real narrative, it had a real function. In fact, the primary function wasn't Chelsea, the primary function was to develop the opportunities here at Furzey. And so to see the team having practiced at Chelsea Flower Show, to then produce it in reality here is wonderful.
The reason for going to Chelsea wasn't to win a gold medal. It was to show what could be achieved by learning disabled people and other vulnerable people, other disabled people, if they've got the right resources and they're properly integrated with everybody else. And that's one of the things that motivated us. We've got to show what can be achieved.